Welcome to Simply Sheppy, your community podcast which aims to create and enhance connections within the community to build a better Sheppy.
Hello and welcome to our Simply Sheppy podcast. I'm Nicola Webster and I'm here with Kay Carter.
Hi.
Hello. And we are here today with Charlotte Ralph, otherwise known as Lottie Hopper, a local artist, single mum of 3 who enjoys using her body as a canvas. She focuses on building her self-confidence by using art in many ways, as well as being an author to children's books and art therapy products for women and children. Thank you for being with us today, Charlotte.
Thank you for having me.
No, it'd be good to hear your podcast today. So how did you get into body painting? Tell us a little bit about your story.
So roughly almost 2 months ago, I saw that body painting was a thing, but I guess I put my own twist on things as well. So obviously I enjoy doing art a lot. I probably do art almost every day. And I like to find new ways how to express myself, and it's had a better positive kind of feedback than I thought it would. So I've had lots of people saying to me, look, how expressive and how positive and brave I am. So it's had more of a positive output than I thought. So yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about your journey. How long have you been doing body painting for?
Literally only about 2 months, less than 2 months. It's quite a new thing for me. Obviously other people do it in like competitions and stuff. But yeah, it's quite new for me to do, but I do enjoy it a lot.
Great. Are you inspired by anybody? Do you have any inspirations?
I do. So obviously I have my friends and people that I look up to, but there's 3 women in my life that I look up to. So I'm quite close to them. They have really good careers, therapy and counselling, as well as a university lecturer and a consultant. So yeah, I do.
Okay. So delve into a little bit more about your other projects that you've got going on. Tell us some about the projects that you've got currently going on or past projects.
So the projects I have at the moment is mostly Be Body Confident, which is my newest campaign and project. But I do my own books, which I have 3 children's books and 1 art therapy book for women and young girls, and I also have products around the books that I've created. So that's kind of my projects that I kind of do whilst I do other things. So it's mainly art based, but also trying to start my own art business as well.
Your rose gold events, they look really interesting. Tell us a bit more about
my rose gold gallery. I set it up almost 2 years ago when I moved to my house with my children. So it's kind of been building for 2 years.
Okay. So is that just you or go on, Kay?
That's fine. You asked the question.
I was just going to say, is that just you influencing the Rose Gold Gallery, or is other people?
No, it's just me.
Excellent. So you've been incredibly busy, haven't you? Up until you've been doing this body painting for 2 months, and yet before then you've been doing illustrations. You've been you've got events set up. You've been doing art in lots of different ways. The way that you came to our attention was through the body art, through the body painting, and you were displaying it on Facebook. And I saw that, and I also saw an article that you appeared in Kent Online.
I did, which is really lovely. The newspaper come to me because obviously I'd been in there before previously for my books, and obviously then he saw my paintings that I started doing on my body, and then that's how I got in the paper. And obviously then I had to write my story of why I started it, and kind of the history behind it as well. So yeah, obviously my journey as well.
Yeah, which has been rich and full, hasn't it?
It really has.
Not always very easy. I don't believe.
Not quite easy, no. So I've had for quite, I'm 29, almost 30 this year, and I've had quite a difficult journey, but art's always been the thing that I've used more as an escape, but also a thing that I really enjoy. So art has been a part of my life for quite a long time. So yeah, it's kind of, but it's building and it's gone to new things now. See, now the body art is a new thing. I find new ways to express myself, but also to help other people as well. And that's kind of why I started it. So yeah, to help others.
This whole idea of helping others is, I believe, a little bit based on female empowerment.
Yeah, so I'm part of a organisation. I become a women ambassador in September with an organisation called Women Empowering Women. And so we are a group of women, there's quite a few of us now, I think, that posts all different things. There's like a website and you can join as well. And it just gives you a place where you can go to, and so you can help other women, but we can also help you as well. It's like the platform is kind of building as it goes along. So it's only been there for a few months now, but the more people that can join it, the more help we can give and the support we can give.
Okay, and you're using your art as well to empower women, aren't you?
Yeah, I use, obviously, with the art therapy products that I've done for women and children. I've done my books, but also I created products around it. So I've done positivity cards, emotional cards for children. I've done sheets, and there's art equipment. It comes in a nice packet. Is to express yourself and kind of have them moments to yourself, which I think we all need. Obviously, being a single mum, full-time single mum, it's really hard to have time to yourself. And I think just having that art for me, when they're kind of with their dad, or where, you know, if they've gone to bed, I can just sit and do something that relaxes me as well as help somebody else. So that's kind of why I've done the products and my books, kind of a bit of both.
Okay, and recently the videos that you
Yeah, the videos. I done videos last year. I think for about 2 years I started doing them, and then obviously then I made the videos recently, and it's just gone mental how many people have kind of viewed it, and I didn't expect that kind of response from something so small. So
it's grown pretty rapidly, hasn't it?
very rapidly. Yeah.
Go on.
I think we're at 1.8k now views on that one video. Obviously it's on yours as well as mine, and yeah, about 1.8k now,
Yeah,
which is incredible.
And you're now on video. You're now writing video 3, I believe.
Yeah, so I've just done my logo for Be Body Confident, and I will be writing a poem and then doing the video at some point tonight when I get round to it.
Excellent. After this very important podcast, of course.
Yeah, obviously, yes. So I thought I'd come to this first before I'd done something else.
We do appreciate that. We're talking about female empowerment here. What does female empowerment mean, do you think? What are we aiming for?
So what I've kind of been taught are like the last few months, but as well as the work that I'm doing, it's kind of to show women that we can kind of be together and we can support one another. So I started doing painting parties for women last year, where a group of us come together, we have a chat, you know, a catch up, and we can feel somewhere where we can belong, as well as having fun doing some art as well. And then sharing what's been created also gives like a sense of security, but as well as having fun at the same time. So it's not like a serious thing, it's just time to relax and time to be yourself and not to have judgment upon you. So that's kind of why I started doing those last year. Obviously only like with close friends and family, but then I want to put them out a lot more this year to other women, to show that, you know, you're not kind of alone and you can be yourself, but be yourself with other people. It's kind of same as you know, to support each other.
And what do you think that gives women? What do you think?
I think it gives women a place that they can go to, and kind of not to be judged as much, because obviously through my life I have felt judged, I felt, you know, all sorts of things, and it's only these last 2 years that I have been able to be myself, come out of the shell that I've come out of. But then also through the body art that I've been doing, as well as my other work, it's kind of, you know, life can be hard, life can be tough, and we hide away, but it's, you know, it's about time that we come out and show that women are actually worth a lot more than what we're seen as. So that's kind of why I'm doing the work that I'm doing, and my campaign as well.
So by giving women this space, you're giving them space to grow, perhaps, and to...
Yeah, in confidence. I think more in confidence and kind of self-love, I think, a bit, because I don't feel as women we do have self-love, but I don't think we have a lot of it. You know, we just go by our daily lives as mums or with our careers and things like that, and we don't really give ourselves a second thought. We just get on with what life kind of throws at us, and I think we just need to step back and take the time to actually realise that we're worth a lot more than what life has kind of given us, if that makes sense. And obviously as a mum, you know, you don't have no time to yourself. You're always focusing on your children. And for me, obviously it's really important, but for me, I think, you know, you just need to give yourself a bit of attention and a bit of kind of TLC as well in the mix. That's kind of why I've been doing what I've been doing.
So incredibly powerful stuff, really.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can do as women to empower each other, do you think?
I think just kind of show that there's support out there, as well as kind of coming together to be that, you know, that supported kind of community, because I don't think there's enough of it. Obviously, I know a couple of more organisations that are women empowerment, and I've obviously joined them, but to be like, I was asked to join a global conference for women last year, and when I went on that really did change a lot for me. I'm not saying it changed my whole life, but it changed my perspective of, you know, there's so many women out there that need the help and need the support, and they don't know where to go, or they're too scared to come out. And I think if we can just kind of come together and support one another in any way, you don't have to be art, but obviously in any way that we're able to, you know, just for a chat or something, I think that would be a nice thing to do. I think that's what kind of we need to start doing a lot more.
I think you're probably right.
Okay, I'd like to ask you, Charlotte, what have you got coming up? What's in the pipeline? You've had some really good success so far in your young projects. So what's next for you? What's in the pipeline?
So mostly I want to obviously work a lot more on my campaign and get it out there a lot more and show that there's support for women, but probably I don't know. So obviously I'm still studying at the moment at university, but I always have projects coming, and it's mostly I'd like to put my painting parties out there a lot more as well, which obviously is on Zoom, but you know, there's the painting parties that I want to put out a lot more to show that we can come together and even in small groups, and kind of the support and the fun is kind of there to give. So yeah, probably mostly those.
Right. So how can people get involved with your projects? Where can we find what you've got coming up? How can
so probably mostly on my Facebook, as I'm always on there, but also my website, Rose Gold Gallery. All my events would be put up on there, and you can join and things like that. So probably mostly, yeah, my website and my Facebook page.
Is it only women that can be involved in your project?
I wouldn't say only women, but it's mostly women because that's what I'm mostly aiming at. But I'm hoping when we can come out of, well, when COVID kind of gets a bit better, I've also will be hopefully working with a man. He does like yoga and things like that, and we will be setting up a body confident man campaign as well. But obviously I want to get the women campaign off the ground first, and then set up one for the men as well. So it's not just for women, but mostly is at the moment while I'm working on it.
You sound like a great ambassador for women. So yeah, good luck with everything you've got in the future. And
thank you.
Yeah, well done.
This podcast is also about the Isle of Sheppey and the community.
Yes.
So we have to ask, what are your favourite things about the Isle of Sheppey?
So for me, it's mostly the nature part, I think, because me and my children obviously enjoy going out most of the time, well, for walks around like Barnes Point and the beach and things. But obviously I've been here all my life, so it's mostly probably the nature part. Like I like the side of the island more than the human side, I think, for me. It's just teaching the kids about nature and the importance of nature, which was my first book that I created, was based on the island, and teaching children kind of the importance of nature and why we kind of need it. So for me, it would be, the nature side. Absolutely.
Excellent. And what do you think that the Isle of Sheppey needs to be a better place to live?
I feel that we need to come together more as a community-based kind of thing, because I know there's some groups on the island, obviously, but due to COVID, obviously, when people can't do things, but it doesn't mean that we can't do things online or create like the painting parties or group kind of activities as well. I think the community just needs to come together a bit more and support one another, because obviously through COVID we've learned a lot and we've learned to appreciate a lot more, and I'm hoping that will kind of continue once we kind of come out of this and we can stick together a lot more and kind of help each other, I think, a lot more than what we used to.
Well, hopefully with what you're doing with your body confident
campaign
and what we're doing here with the podcast are hopefully two things that will come out of this that will help.
Absolutely, because when we do come out of this, I am going to be needing volunteers to come out, and because I want to make a calendar for women and obviously then sell them, but then a percentage will go to a charity, like an island charity or a charity that kind of focuses on women as well. So I do need people to come forward and help the campaign as well. So hopefully that will happen soon, sooner rather than later. So yeah, it's kind of, and you will be painted as well. So if you're brave enough to kind of want to be painted, I would happily paint you. So.
Oh, what do you think about that, Nicola?
Yeah, well, I really hope at the end of this podcast, the listeners come forward and volunteer to be part of your calendar. It'll be November.
hopefully be the summertime that we can kind of come out a little bit more and kind of do like a nature. I want it obviously nature based, but obviously you'll be painted, not obviously to your comfort, but I think that would be amazing to create a calendar that it kind of can help women and show women that we can be confident in our own bodies. So let's hope it happens soon.
Yeah, sounds like a great project.
Thank you.
Sure, after listening to this, many listeners will come forward and engage with your art projects. I really hope they do.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Charlotte, for talking to us all about that. And we all know that was just a taste of what you do and just a taste of your journey. So if anybody wants to learn any more about Charlotte Ralph, otherwise known as Lottie Hopper, she is on her webpage, as you know, Rose Gold Gallery, and also on Facebook. And thank you to all of our listeners as usual. Remember, this is your community podcast, so please get in touch if you would like to be a guest on our show, or if you have any suggestions or feedback. Thank you very much.
Thank you.